And then the night came, just a few nights ago.
Oh my God.
I booted up Amazon Prime. I said, all right, I like Invincible. I like The Boys.
That has nothing to do with the production of Rings of Power originals on Amazon. It doesn't matter who's fucking supplying the money, Xander. It's about who's writing and directing Mong.
How the hell's on the same streaming platform?
Thank you, Mahler.
I liked Invincible, so I'll like Rings of... Fuck me. How did you even make this point?
Listen, if you like one service, if you like one show or movie on Netflix, you know you're gonna like all of them. Okay?
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
If you like one creator on YouTube, you like them all, right?
It was weird.
I like Vosh, and he's on YouTube, so I like Critical Drinker because he's on YouTube. And
I watched Arcane, and I was like, oh, that was neat. Now I'm going to watch that Resident Evil show that came out on Netflix, and it was crazy. They weren't really the same. I don't know what's going on.
I know.
Mysterious.
With their original series, this is the most expensive TV show ever made. It's Middle Earth and Lord of the Rings. The people that have made it are supposedly fans of Tolkien.
Supposedly. I appreciate that wording, actually. Yeah.
He knows. He's covering his ass too.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is good. And within the first 3 minutes of the show, we get this scene.
This is so fucking insane.
Before we allow him to show you what he's referring to.
I know.
When I first was checking out this video, I was legit in my head thinking he was going to show us the troll fight. I was like, oh, that'll probably be what he's talking about, because he's like, oh, look how fucking cool it is. But I asked a friend, what do you think he'd be referring to? As like a scene that just that shows you, yes, this is it, we've got it, this is a fucking incredible show. And he was like, well, it wouldn't be the troll scene, would it? Because there's not much anything in that. And I was like, well, that's the thing, what is in the first 3 minutes that would convince you that this show is going to be really, really good? And I was like, you know what, I don't know what he's referring to that would convince you in a matter of 3 minutes that this is going to be good, because the dialogue in the opening 3 minutes, as far as I remember, is pretty clunky as well. So yeah, how about
it's when she makes the origami boat, Mahler. Come on, obviously.
That could have been it.
He's a huge fan of origami. He's like, oh my God, this origami in this thing is amazing.
So a lot of people in chat guessing different things.
They're saying the boat and the stone, yeah.
Seeing the trees, people are saying. It's like, yeah, you could be. Let's see.
I thought it was going to be the trees when I first watched this video. So even if he said there was one thing in the entire episode that really shows how good this is, I don't know what he would point to.
Neither do I. I don't know what it was, because obviously, and this is the thing, I'm being genuine. You're like, oh, you're being a chud. I just be like, no, I seriously don't know what's good about the show. I don't know what people latch onto. I don't know.
This is going to be a 27-second clip that I'm going to show. I should be able to show it on stream without getting in trouble for copyright. But this scene in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the show alone just fucking sold me. I'm not saying the rest of it isn't great, but I feel like it was this scene here that made me go, I'll recreate my reaction after I see you guys' reaction to this, because
if you had no context, you'd be like, holy shit, what is this thing? This is gonna be great. Apparently
this is the most amazing scene in the opening of any TV show ever.
Get excited, everyone.
Holy fucking shit. This is not an insult to Tolkien fans, okay? Let's watch this clip.
I think for the sake of you guys' stream, we should probably pause every 3 or 4 seconds just to be safe.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Left Valinor, our home.
Because the thing is, YouTube is a bit of a... I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but they have different things that they run for uploaded videos versus streams.
Yes.
Different detections. Gotta be careful.
One filled with untold perils.
So at first, when he was showing this, I thought that he was just talking about how they treated, the map is accurate, the commentary seems to be following, and I was expecting that to be the praise.
And strange creatures beyond count. A place.
Look at this amazing map work they got here. Wow.
I like them. I like the map. You know, that's nice.
Yeah.
You got water. You got the little monster that eats the boats.
Known as Middle
Earth.
It's actually a good pause point too, because this is essentially the part he's referring to in specificity. Now, for those who haven't seen this show, this is essentially the first frame. It's probably the 4th or whatever, but check how long this lasts, and this is the thing that he thinks convinces you this is going to be an incredible show. just gonna pause. I'm gonna be careful, you know. Just gonna be careful. I do this on EFAB all the time, so just want to be careful, you know.
I don't think you guys can really understand exactly.
That's it.
Wait.
Exactly how hard my dick got.
So this is what we call a self-report.
Yeah.
You only give a shit about the superficial. You just want to see big explosions and people fighting. This is fucking embarrassing.
That scene doesn't really touch the story in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's
either.
just a fight that's happening.
Yeah.
No.
You don't
I
know
like-
who the stakes of the fight or whose dragon that is. Or...
It is literally a contextless visual.
Yeah, exactly.
A
outside of
dragon
this
bites an eagle and it
happening.
falls into
a
an
giant
army.
eagle. It's
Yes.
like, or
All
it's a
right.
tiny dragon. Are they midgets? I don't know.
I don't even like. I was expecting him to, because this is the thing. I'm not familiar with Xanderhal's sort of like reviews of media, so I was like, oh, we're gonna get obviously what you expect, which is like, I really appreciate how they managed to execute this from the source or from within itself, how well they're characterizing this, or how well they're showing the conflict between these two realms, or this part of stuff. No, it's just the big eagle got bitten by the big dragon. It's like, really? Okay.
I like Chad is saying, I saw a dragon and I clapped. I mean, essentially, that's what
literally
Xanderhal's
fucking-
positioning.
It's the consumer mindset. This is what it is.
Yes. A
Guys,
CGI dragon knocked an eagle into fire.
Have there
It's so
even been
amazing.
any dragons aside from that in
No,
the
it's all-
show?
it's
Like, there's
boring
none.
as fuck.
I know.
Yes.
I don't think you guys understand exactly how fucking hard my dick got.
Someone in just chat said, "Yeah, I got chills." What?
I don't think that's real. I think that's someone just responding to him. Like,
Probably,
I can't-
yeah.
A
You
real
think that-
person doesn't watch that scene and go, "Oh, I'm so amazed."
I saw the big explodey.
I mean, unless you're really into dragons on eagle, you're like the one person whose fetish is a dragon killing an eagle. And you're like, finally, my fetish has been realized by the mainstream.
Oh, that's
Good God.
During the opening of this show. That is from the opening of the show.
Whoa.
I knew Zan loved that bit. Oh, I got hard. I have a semi-chub right now. I can't stand up. I'll get banned from Twitch. Anyway.
You know, he cuts it off too. The scene right after that is actually really terrible. It's her brother. I assume it's her brother or just some random elf in the conflict, and he's like killing a bunch of orcs. And then you don't see him die. You just see like orcs like
Hugging
push
him.
sort of
against him,
Yeah.
and he just
Yeah.
pushes back, and it's like they're playing football, and they just goes, and I was like,
so weird.
What is happening in this scene?
Decapitate him. Look, he's not even paying attention.
Yeah, they're just kind of like pushing him like they're like a front linesman or something. It was very strange.
Yeah.
That there is a pretty good representation of how the show looks alone.
How is
Okay?
that?
Now,
None of that
it's
shit
not.
is in the show. How is that a representation?
That hasn't happened for the next 3 hours. So, like, why would you even say that? Like, oh, yeah, it's totally representative.
Not
No,
only
it's
in the
not.
in the context of the show, isn't that something that happened thousands of years ago from the timeline that we're on now?
I think hundreds.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
still, yeah.
a century.
obviously, I'm showing a Twitter video. So let me tell you how much.
Well, and you know, Rags brought up a good point on Wednesday, which is that in the opening sequence of Lord of the Rings, when they have the big army sequence, it's set up so like you go, oh, I know who these people are. I know what they're fighting about. You know, you have Sauron, you have Isildur, you have all these like people that are named. They're doing things. You understand what's happening. In the opening like war scene of this, it's just like a big fucking mess, and you don't know what the hell's happening.
Yeah, I have
It's
no
just-
idea who the fuck's fighting for what,
Yeah.
what's even going
Right.
on. I think it's Morgoth, but they then say, do you love the part where they just go, Morgoth then died? You're like,
They don't even
oh,
show Morgoth. That's like,
did
and then
he?
he died.
Like, I guess Morgoth is dead then. Okay.
It's like in the Hobbit, in the last Hobbit movie, you have all these armies fighting each other, and I don't know why or who or what's happening. It's just a bunch of CG like figures slamming into each other, and you're like supposed to be impressed by it, I guess.
Much that clip got compressed. I recorded that clip from Amazon Prime with OBS, then uploaded on Twitter, then streamed that clip to you from Twitter through my streaming service to your TVs. So very, very much like reduced in quality, but like even then you could tell how beautiful that fucking looked. No, they blew their budget on those scenes. No, they didn't. This is the most expensive TV.
Someone in chat is calling him out.
That person's probably like, Xander, I've seen the first 2 episodes. That never happens again. And Xander will be like, well, there'll be more later. Shut up.
Well, maybe that's why nothing happens. Maybe they're right. Maybe they did blow their budget on this.
Maybe there's one whole episode of dragons and eagles fighting each other.
Right.
It's going to be great.
We need her to walk around a library now because we don't have any VFX budget left.
Show ever made. If you've seen,
by the way, Amazon put that scene right there for this reason. They're hoping everyone reacts the way Xander does.
Yes, I know.
You ain't getting that shit out of me. You got to earn it.
A season of Game of Thrones, you know that there's plenty more insane-looking action still in the future waiting for us. That is just the taste. That is just the taste. This is the most expensive TV show ever made. So,
and yet it'll do no damage to Amazon if it doesn't succeed, right, Zan?
Yeah.
Fucking logic.
I never understood. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man, but like, if there's a Lord of the Rings show coming out and I want to watch it, I don't think like, oh, I can't wait for all the action. Like that concept never enters my mind. Like I can't wait to see a bunch of people stab each other with swords. Like I want to know about the characters and the story. Yep. Like in the original Lord of the Rings, like it had good action. It definitely had good action and definitely good like war scenes. Maybe some of the best, fantasy war scenes that have ever existed. But like when I think fondly about Lord of the Rings, I think about the characters and the little character interactions, and I think that's part of why people like the first movie so much, like the best, anyways, because you have all the characters together that you like before they all split up.
Fuck yeah, dude, absolutely. Killing Boromir at the end of Fellowship means a lot because you got to know everything about him and Merry and Pippin and the struggle that they're a part of before it happened. Right. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, like that sequence of the Fellowship fighting a bunch of people in makeup in a forest somewhere, like, very low budget compared to a giant dragon killing an eagle. Like that means so much more because all the players involved and you want to see them live. I look at a giant CG dragon getting, eating an eagle. I'm like, I don't know what this means or care.
Really. Yeah, there's no context.